Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, a little bit of a test demo run for you and a review in the Peavey Rage 158 Transtube version. This is, I believe if I'm correct, one of the newer versions of the same amp, because I've got a few of them out. Your clean and dirty channel is selectable here. You got a separate clean channel, separate dirty channel knobs. You've got input for a CD or MP3. You will need an adapter. Vintage and modern selector, bass, mid, treble, headphone jack, and of course your power. And you've got your little Transtube. So you'll know if you'll have a Transtube version of the Rage, because usually it'll say it here, but it also shows this little thing that says Transtube. So this basically gives you the clean sound of a tube amp without actually having to own a tube amp. Because, man, those things are bloody expensive for replacement tubes. So that's the bridge pickup, and I'm playing my Epiphone SG today. So middle position. And the neck only position. Now let's switch over to the vintage channel. And middle position for both. Okay, so that's our clean channel. Let's go put some dirt to this. And there's different ways. You've got, you know, a side where you can have a really super heavy saturation distortion, or you can lighten it up to an overdrive that can get quite punchy and very loud. So, well, actually, the whole thing can get loud. By the way, this does have the Peavey Blue Marble speaker in it. It is an open back closure too, so there's, you know, no real back cover to it except something about this tall. And of course, this is 15 watts of Peavey horsepower, which is like really underrated. But anyway, so on to the dirt. We'll start in the modern tone. said, you can get a variety. You can tune this down to 0, bring this up to full, and then bring this up a little bit. Kind of nice and clean, punchy, and I'm probably not even anywhere near 2 yet. But you know, you can back it out a bit. It's nice and clean, you know. It's a very nice, clean amp. We know a lot of people love their distortion. So let's go full bass, let's kill the treble, kill the mid. Bring that treble full blast. And bring the mids up. So that's just a little bit of the amp, and anyway, it does work well with pedals too. Eventually I'll get to doing a video and we'll run just pedals through the clean channel and see what you think. But didn't want to bother doing that today. It's just basically test running, you know, a little review for you. So not bad for 20 bucks, you know. That was on a Kijiji deal. The guy wanted 25. I said, well, I want to test it. I don't have a guitar, and I'm like halfway to North Bay, so it's like, okay, what's the best you'll do then? 20? All right, cool. He says, and I'll give you a refund if there is any problems. It was his kid's amp, and that's fine. Whatever. And guess, I don't know, maybe the kid's getting out of playing electric anyway or something, I don't know. But it's the made in China version, it's not the USA version, which really, I mean, I watched a video and there was really no noticeable difference that you could really tell anyway between the two. And I don't really care, you know, it's Peavey. You know, it's Transtube technology, it works, it's nice and clean, it's nice and dirty, it's severely underrated for power. I mean, you know, they rate the thing at 15 watts, and it's definitely a lot louder. Same as my Edition 20, it's rated at 12 watts, and I've, you know, gigged with that thing, and, you know, without even being mic'd up. You know, no problem. Same as this, you can gig live with this thing and not have to mic it up in, you know, small venues, you know, not major venues, but you can blast her out there pretty good, you know. I mean, if I could crank this up for you guys full blast, I would, but you really wouldn't notice too much because it is a video after all, and the microphone is only going to allow so much to be picked up. But take my word for it, it's super, super loud, and it still stays clean too, which is really nice, especially when you're running as an overdrive clean tone on the dirty channel instead of, you know, that dirty, you know, so you change the knobs the other direction. It's just beautiful, you know. But anyways, great little amp, best 20 bucks I ever spent, I'll tell you that right now. I had one of these a long time ago, same amp actually, and you know, I kind of missed it, and they're hard to come by nowadays, and they are going for $75 and sometimes more, depending on, you know, who's selling it, where it's being sold at. You know, so I mean, for 20 bucks, I ain't gonna crap, because I was actually looking at one at a pawn shop in North Bay, and they wanted $75 for theirs, and I'm like, I'm not paying $75. I mean, brand new. The last time this was sold brand new would have been probably a while back anyway, and they were only $100 bucks, you know, so they're not worth $75 used, you know, in my opinion. I would say 40, 50 bucks, okay, especially if it's in mint shape. Like this is, I would consider this for its age and everything to be very mint, and it is anyways, because there's no damage to it anywhere. It's not rusting up, you know, like I've seen some pretty bad amps out there, okay? And, you know, it's in great shape and sounds great. I love that Peavey Marvel speaker, man. It's a really nice speaker. So anyway, for those of you kiddies who like your star ratings, we'll give her a good 4.5 out of 5 on that one. If you like Peaveys, buy the old stuff. Don't buy any of the new stuff. At least not the Vipers anyways, because they're garbage. They've had a lot of problems with them. Some guys swear by them. It's kind of like Line 6, you know. People swear by them. But when they start pushing them hard, that's when they'll go boom on them, and then they'll be like, eh. But anyways, you know, you can push Peavey amps right to the limits, guys. You really can. I used to crank my Edition 20 up, full blast, everything full tilt, right? Full saturation, full pre-post. Maxed out the amp for everything it had in it and then some. And I've done that for like 6 hours straight and not one bit of damage to an Edition 20. A lot of amps cannot handle that in this kind of a size, but Peavey amps most certainly can. And I've like I said, I've had this amp before, and I used to crank the crap out of it, and you know, it just doesn't want to die. You know, it just keeps taking it and taking it and taking it. You know, and there's a lot of other amps on the market too that can do the same thing, right? So, but today we're talking Peavey. And it sounds pretty good with my SG, which is kind of nice. Switch to single coils here. Take it for what you will. I like the amp. I think it's great. It's got a home now, and it's going to stay. It's going to go alongside my Edition 20. I still have my Peavey backstage as well. There's a couple other Peavey amps, the older ones that I'm looking for, that I got to find yet and afford, because some of them I'm going to have to pay a few bucks for. That's just the way it goes. And but I'm willing, you know, to a certain point, right? So, let me know what you think, and hey, we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.